Hello everyone. Today I will show a cheap way to improve sound of model trains, which will bring life to any model railroad. No electronics involved, pure mechanical and authentic sound. Let the train itself be a speaker. It is possible even in small scale such as HO, not sure about N scale, due to very light trains. It might be possible with the proper weights in the N scale trains. All you need to have is a metal stud or metal studs track, which is in my case. The later one is preferred due to absence of holes on the surface, round holes for construction purposes. And the reason they need to be absent is because in this case it's possible to apply the decorative ballast. I don't want too much ballast as this will muffle the resonance. I just want enough to cover steel surface, but track ties have to be directly on the steel surface, so the resonance would not be muffled and would easily transfer from the tracks to stud. Such sound boost is relevant to any model railroad, as there is no such thing such as silent rolling stock. Even on welded track, new cars with lubricated bearings will still produce at least minimum wheel-to-rail contact sound. I use metal stud underneath the track as the road bed. The bigger the distance between the supports, the better the sound. Curves would minimize the sound feature, as triangularly cut stud sides need frequent support, which in turn eliminates significant portion of resonance. My upcoming layout is freelanced, however I do give preference to 1960s European steam to diesel and electric transition era style, both in scenery and sound. I however accept mixture of exotic to the time and location, which means modern and or non-European trains. So in 1960s most track was jointed, which is the case on this metal stud. This is a 3.5 foot trial model of the stud, so quality is not the best, but this is enough to convey the idea. At first I will use single European freight boxcar of 50s to 80s operational period. And first roll it at the shunting speed, at the switching speed of the yard. Now I think everyone is aware that about 10 to 20 freight cars, depending on the individual car length, would be about the length of the train to muffle the average locomotive engine sound with the track sound of trained cars following it. I think with the decoder volume set to moderate, this rail clack actually can muffle locomotive engine sound behind it. For those modeling quite rolling new lubricated trains with lower wheel-to-rail interaction volume or light rail transportation, you could either use more frequent support such as this one, put it here and here, or you can use the lower height metal stud, or just something where the metal layer is much thicker. And this would definitely muffle the track sound, but still have some of it. Also, to model welded track, reduce the gaps between the rail joiner. And all you'll hear is wheel-to-rail smooth whistling sound. Personally, I would leave some gaps occasionally between every other piece of track, even if I modeled welded track, for heat expansion reasons of both track and surface, since who knows in what environment can this layout end up. But if you're confident that your layout will never be in a hot space, I suppose you can eliminate rail joints completely. So now I'll just roll this car at the freight speed of the time, which is about 40 km per hour or 25 miles per hour. So, and the last time I'll roll this car is at about almost passenger speed, which is rare, especially in those times for the freight trains. So, do you like the effect? Now I will repeat same speed procedures with two passenger cars. This is only two, as I have a running length limit, but imagine 10 car train or 20 car limit, 40 car train, or how about full prototypical length freight train. So these are my passenger cars that I have. So I'll just roll them at very slow speed first. And then I'll just do it at the regular speed of the city, which is about 60 kilometers per hour. So this is what I call realistic sound, this element in combination with sound decoder. Finally, to roll this famous European passenger cars at their full speed, which is 200 kilometers per hour or 125 scale miles per hour. Now you see there's no need for expensive speakers in some areas. Realistic sounds can be achieved mechanically. But warning, metal stud conducts electricity. When placing track on metal stud, make sure all ties are at least 1.5 mm tall and none of them are missing, so that the rail would not deform under the weight of heaviest locomotive to the point where it touches the stud. Other advantages of metal stud include durability. It will not deform as much under the same weight as cork would, which also means negligible gradient change in between subsequent stud panels, resulting in less coupler height shift and derailment probability. If you like this video, subscribe and comment.